Hello everyone, this is Shrishti. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have Shivam Agarwal with us, who has cracked GATE 2020 in computer science with All India rank of 178. So welcome to the Toppers Talk, Shivam. First of all, many congratulations to you.
Uh, Thank you, Srishti. Thanks for inviting me to your channel. Yeah, uh, I'm
It's
Shivam
my
Agarwal.
pleasure.
I live in Rishikesh. Yeah, I live in Rishikesh, Uttarakhand,
Mhm.
and I have completed my graduation from NIT Uttarakhand in 2020 only,
Okay,
and currently I am pursuing MTech from IIT Kanpur.
okay, that's nice, Shivam. So was this your first attempt of GATE?
Yeah, this was my first attempt.
Okay. And did you join any coaching for your GATE preparation?
No, I relied completely on the self study. No coaching.
Okay, okay. You did a self-study. So when did you actually
Yeah.
start your preparation?
Yeah, actually, the first time I thought of preparing for GATE was in March 2019. But
Okay.
there was also campus placements around. So I
Hmm.
thought of preparing for placement first. And for GATE, I started from August 2019.
Okay, okay. So around 8 to 9 months you have prepared for GATE, right?
Uh, Actually, 6 months completely. Was
Okay,
from August to, yeah,
August to February,
six
right?
to seven months.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So what was your preparation strategy? Like, from which subject did you start, and from where did you refer to the notes and all?
Okay. Well, actually, before starting, there is my habit that I tend to do research a lot. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what others have followed and what has given them success. So I started reading about different strategies on Quora and on YouTube videos. But
Mm-hmm.
then, in the end, you have to make your own strategy.
Yeah.
So I divided my complete preparation into three stages.
Mm-hmm.
First one was covering the syllabus. Second one was previous questions, and
Okay.
third one was the test series.
Test
Because
series.
so in starting 2 months from August to mid October,
Mm-hmm.
I completed the whole syllabus and I
Okay.
studied all the things from standard textbooks or
Mm-hmm.
from Geeks for Geeks. It's a
Okay.
nice platform. You can
Mm-hmm.
find everything related to CS here. Okay,
Okay.
and then by mid October, I
Mm.
completed my syllabus. And in between, I used to revise some subjects which I have already completed.
Mm-hmm.
But till now, I haven't did any previous questions or test series.
Okay.
Okay, so after this, for next 1.5 month, I focused completely on the previous year questions of all subjects,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the last, I gave a lot of test series.
Okay.
And
Okay.
coming to subjects, I started with the yeah, I started with the data structure and algorithms,
Mm-hmm.
as they are also important for placements.
Okay.
So after that, I moved to a lot. I mean, relatively easier subjects like
Mm-hmm.
TOC and digital circuits. And then after that, I did hard subjects like computer networks, operating system, computer architecture, like
Mm-hmm.
this.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Shivam. So you were a final year student when you decided to prepare for GATE, right? So how difficult was
Yeah.
it for you to manage both college and your GATE preparation?
Uh, in starting, I used to feel that it's quite difficult, and sometimes I doubt myself that whether I will be able to complete this or not. But
Hmm.
then there was one thing that when I gave the JE, I wanted to study in IIT, but
Okay.
that was not possible at that time. I mean, I
Hmm.
couldn't make it that time. So I thought that this time I will at least give my 100%, and if it happens, then it's very good.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I cracked. I mean, I secured a job from campus placement also, so I
Okay.
had a backup that
Uh-huh.
I could join that one also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Uh,
but then as I progressed, it became kind of habitual to
hmm.
manage all the things. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So then I
So around how many hours you used to study daily? Because it is a hectic schedule, right? Because morning you'll be attending your college, and again after coming from college you have to prepare for gate. So how many hours were you studying every day?
Actually, I mean, I haven't kept count of how many hours, but I was thinking that how much time I will use it only for study. So what I was doing when I mean, I used to wake up at around 8 o'clock, and then after from 9, I used to study
Okay.
because our classes were in the noon. I mean,
Uh,
1 to 6 we used to have classes.
okay.
So in between the classes, I also used to study my notes, revising, and other than this, uh, as much time as I could get. So around 8 to 10 hours of daily study.
Okay, okay, right. So you also mentioned that you had solved many previous year question papers also. So how
Yeah.
important is it to solve the previous year question papers?
If you ask me, as I have said that there are three stages. First one
Mhm.
is covering the syllabus, second one is previous year, and third one is test series. So
Okay.
out of this, I will say that covering the syllabus is only 25% done.
Hmm.
The rest of the thing is covered in only in previous year and test series. So previous years are very important because by solving them, you get to know that what level questions are asked in GATE exam, what
Hmm.
are the most important parts of the syllabus which I need to cover. That if you take any subject, there are some important topics and some relatively not that important topic.
Right, right.
So from which topics there are many questions, you can focus a lot more on those topics.
Hmm.
So it's a continuous improvement process. Once you start, you may not solve all of them in one go, but when you start solving them, you get stuck, you see the solution, and then you solve three or four more questions of
Hmm.
similar kind. So this way you improve.
Okay, okay.
So,
Uh,
yeah.
so you around how many years of previous year questions should a student solve?
uh, I guess 15 to 20 years should be enough. I
Okay,
solved starting from 2003 because
okay.
before 2003 I think questions were of different kind. I mean, more
Hmm.
theoretical. But after that, what I felt that the questions became more conceptual.
Hmm.
So
And the syllabus
I
also
solved,
changes, right?
yeah, some
Hmm.
part of it gets changed here and there.
Okay,
So I did from 2003 to 2019.
okay, okay.
So around 15 to 16 years.
Okay, that's great. So you also mentioned that you took a test series. So which test series did you buy?
Actually, I bought two test series. One was from Medici and one
Mm-hmm.
was from Ace Academy.
Okay.
Actually, I bought them, both of them in the month of August. But
Mm-hmm.
as I said that I did not test them till the month of December.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these two test series I bought.
Okay,
Medici
okay,
and Ace Academy. Yeah.
okay. So how important is it to take the test series?
Uh, it is the most important part, I would say, of the preparation because you may cover all the syllabus and you may also do previous year questions.
Mm.
But test series is a kind of simulation of the real exam.
Okay.
So as much preparation you do, you will improve your chances to perform better on the exam day.
Mm-hmm.
Because even after covering the whole syllabus, there will be some silly mistakes.
Right,
Like
right.
it happens in the pressure situation
Mm.
that we write 2 plus 2 equal to 5. It
Mm.
happens with me. It happened with
Right,
all, I think. So
right,
it's
right.
better to make those mistakes in the test series
Mm-hmm.
because here it will not affect your result.
Okay.
So and more important than giving the test series is how to utilize the test series. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what I followed, I kept a
Analyzing
separate
the test
notebook.
series, right?
Yeah, analyzing. For
Mm-hmm.
analyzing part, I prepared a short notebook, and in that I used to write only the mistakes which I committed, no matter how small mistake it was. Sometimes it may be a formula mistake, it might be a calculation mistake, or it
Mm-hmm.
might be some conceptual mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So I write it down, and in my free time, like as I said that in during the lectures, I
Okay.
used to look at those mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and I would try that I would not make at least these mistakes again.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Shivam. So which and all resources did you refer for? Because you did a self-study, right? You mentioned one
Yeah,
is Geeks for Geeks. Apart from Geeks
Geeks
for
for
Geeks,
Geeks.
which other resources are available for students?
Okay, so if I go for only the free resources which I used, so I would suggest that Geeks for Geeks is one excellent resource. It
Okay.
is for covering the syllabus.
Hmm.
For previous year questions, you can refer to Gate Overflow.
Okay.
It is a large community of CS students who are
Hmm.
preparing for GATE. Here you can ask your doubts. You can also there is one book of GATE also,
Hmm.
which contains the previous year questions of
Okay.
all the subjects for
Hmm.
20 years. So I prepared previous year questions from GATE Overflow, and
Okay.
I think these two should be enough.
Okay.
And in between, if you get confused, you can always refer to some topic from anywhere on the internet.
Hmm. Because some
Yeah.
students, no, they don't prefer reading much. Some they understand it clearly by watching the videos. So, are there any YouTube videos or any free available videos where a student can refer to?
Yeah, actually, there are many videos available on the YouTube.
Hmm.
So, but the important thing is in which way you understand. I mean, everybody may not find a teacher good or his teaching style good because sometimes it doesn't suit us simply.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that the teacher is bad, but the teaching strategy may be something different. So
Okay.
there are many available videos, but I haven't referred them.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, if you see on YouTube, you will find many videos which
Okay.
are free and complete the whole syllabus also.
Hmm. Okay, Shivam. So, if a CS student is preparing for GATE now, which subject he should give the most priority? Like, which subject he or she should complete it in the first stretch, and then go for the other subjects.
Okay, so if you see uh, gate exam of any stream, it
Hmm.
will contain first 15 marks for general aptitude.
Okay.
So I will say that you should aim to get 15 out of these 15
Hmm.
because these won't require as much effort as other subjects, but
Hmm.
it can give you 15 marks. So at least daily students should prepare for around 20 minutes for general aptitude. If you do
Okay.
it for four months,
Hmm.
then I'm sure that you will complete this part.
Hmm.
And now coming to technical subjects, I would say that DS and algorithm is the most important
Okay.
because it will cover almost 15 to 20% of weightage.
Hmm. Hmm.
And after this, uh, digital circuits, because this subject is easy and it's also not that much lengthy as
Okay.
compared to other subjects.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so it can also fetch you 4 to 5 marks easily.
Hmm.
Then coming to hard subjects, computer networks, operating system, and computer architecture.
Hmm.
These are the three most lengthy and most difficult subjects students
Okay.
consider.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if you can master at least two of them completely,
Hmm.
then it will increase your chances.
Okay. Okay, Shivam. So you mentioned that there is questions from aptitude and also from technical, and many students
Technical.
have this misconception that they give more importance to technical and they just leave out the aptitude and the mathematical part. So what do you say about that? Like, how important is it to study aptitude and both mathematics?
Yeah, actually, it's a very general misconception that students think that this is easier part, so we can cover it anytime.
Hmm.
But even if it's easy, it will require at least 15 to 20 minutes of daily practice. Because what happens that we focus on technical subjects, and when the January comes, we suddenly feel that oh, my marks are not coming in the test series.
Hmm.
Then we see that oh, this aptitude part is not giving us marks which it should give. So then we start preparing, then it ate up the time from the technical part also.
Okay.
So I would say that it's better to keep it 15 minutes daily, and these 15 minutes you can use it like refresher. Like
Hmm.
when you study technical subject, your mind gets bored,
Hmm. Hmm.
then you can practice aptitude for 10 minutes. You can
Hmm.
pick up one topic and you can practice its questions.
Hmm.
So in this way you will complete, because syllabus also is not that much big for aptitude.
Hmm.
So if you practice 10 to 15 minutes daily, I think it's enough.
Okay, you mean to say that it's better to balance aptitude and technical both at a time,
Yeah.
right? Instead of studying
Yes.
aptitude at a time and technical at a time, it is good to
Yeah.
balance both of them and study.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, Shivam, got that. And you also mentioned that you were a final year student and you cracked GATE with your college and with your preparation. I mean, you used to do the preparation. So
Yeah.
I think many future GATE aspirants are also willing to do the same kind of preparation. So what do you give? Would you like to give them some tips like how should they manage their college days and both their GATE preparation?
Okay. So I would say that in starting, as I said, you will find it very difficult and daunting to cover up. I mean, the balancing the both things.
Hmm,
But in the end, if I mean, as I said that during the college hours, you can use that time for your revision, and the remaining time you can use it to build your concepts and other things.
okay.
So this way, it won't affect your college studies also,
Hmm, hmm,
because you can cover up the whole, I mean, in college you can cover the exam syllabus in 1 week also before the exam, but for GATE you need a continuous preparation.
right,
So
right.
it's better to give more time to GATE in starting, and during the exam you focus only on the college because grades are also important.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also there is something like a minimum percentage of attendance. So the student can attend for only to cover that percentage of attendance, and the rest of the time they can use it for the gate preparation, right?
Yeah, yeah, this calculation is very important. I
Hmm.
mean, I always calculate that how much classes I need to attend at least,
Okay.
and other than that, I mean, I focus completely on the preparation part.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
And there will be a confusion also like should I prepare for the placements or should I prepare for the gate? So what do you say about that?
I will say that it's better to have a backup, because in GATE or in any exam, it's just a matter of 1 day. No
Hmm.
matter how well you prepare for the whole year or how many time you prepare, but
Hmm.
on the exam day, even if there may be many cases like you are not feeling well on that day, you might have some other problem. So
Hmm.
that won't take care that how much you have prepared.
Right.
It will only the results that will matter. So it's better to have a backup in hand. So I will say that first secure at least one job,
Hmm.
okay, so that in case anything bad happens, you can fall back on that.
Right, right.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Shivam, understood. And preparing for GATE also indirectly helps to the placements also, right? Because the concepts will be almost similar to your placements.
Yeah, right. Because as I said that data structure and algorithms in any placement interview, you will find questions from this part only,
Hmm,
data structure algorithms.
hmm.
And in some companies tend to ask some concepts related to operating system or computer networks.
Okay.
So if you prepare for GATE, you are in general you are increasing your knowledge base.
Hmm,
So if you have knowledge, it will pay off somewhere.
right, right.
Yeah. So preparing for GATE obviously helps for placements also.
Okay, okay, Shivam. So on the exam day, what strategy did you follow? Like, did you start from the aptitude section or first did you solve the technical questions? So what strategy did you follow on the exam day?
Yeah. Coming to strategy, I would say that this strategy you make yourself when you do a lot of test series,
Hmm,
because you take up each test as a real exam and you try out different strategies that this works for me or this doesn't work for me. What
hmm,
strategy I adopted was uh, the duration is 3 hours. So I focused that for the first 20 minutes, I should have completed the aptitude part.
okay,
Okay, then after that, in the technical part, there are 1 marks question and 2 marks question.
okay.
So I focused first on the 2 marks question,
Hmm, hmm,
because even if due to time constraints, even if I leave some 1 marks question, it won't affect that much.
hmm,
First, I should focus completely on the 2 marks question,
hmm,
which carry more weightage.
hmm,
So this was my strategy, that first aptitude part. then 2 marks question, then 1 marks question. And if
Hmm.
you get time, then you can revise some questions which you have doubt.
Okay, okay, understood, Shivam. And for example, if we consider a case like a student might not get the answers for the first 10 questions. So then
Yeah.
some of the students, what they do is they just stay in that questions trying to solve the same questions itself, and they lose their time. So instead they can first scan the paper and then find out which questions they can solve in the first attempt and then solve them, right? Is this approach right for a student to follow?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's right, but it has one flaw. If you consider that when you scan, at least you will read the whole question,
Hmm.
right? So at least you will spend 1 minute per question, I think.
Hmm.
I mean, you will read and you will understand the question. You will think of whether you can solve it or not.
Hmm.
So this will eat up 20 to 25 minutes of your time.
Okay, okay. Huh.
Okay. So what I will suggest that just read the question one by one.
Hmm.
Okay. If even if you don't get it, don't get demotivated. Just move to next question
Okay.
without wasting much time. I
Hmm.
mean, you can decide that for a 1 mark question, you can afford to wait for 3 minutes.
Hmm.
Okay. So it depends on person to person that how much time he or she feel comfortable.
Hmm.
So what I used to do that for a 2 marks question, I used to wait for 5 minutes. Even if I don't get the answer, then I will move to next question.
Okay.
And once I completed the whole paper in one cycle,
Hmm.
then in the second cycle I will focus first on the questions which I could not solve.
Okay.
So this way, this will save some time.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
And one thing more I want to say,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sometimes what they do in starting, they put up a difficult question
Hmm.
in starting, so
Hmm.
that some students get demotivated. But we have to understand that it's a part of the trick of examiner,
Hmm.
that they want us to get confused in the first question itself.
Hmm.
So even if you get a hard question, you just forget about it and move to the next question and try to solve it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Understood, Shivam. So you referred to some of the standard books, right? So can you name
Yeah.
some of them for the students who are watching this video?
Yeah, I mean, if you search on internet, you will find a complete list. But
Hmm.
there are some books like for algorithms. There is this Corman book, CLRS, we call it.
Hmm.
Okay, and for compiler, there is this Ullman book,
Hmm.
and for operating system, Galvin, and for computer network, I think there was one book I don't remember it at this
Okay,
moment.
okay, no
But
problem.
if you search, yeah,
Hmm.
but if you search on internet, you will surely find the list of all the standard books.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So okay, there are some students who could not refer to the standard books also. Suppose a student is starting their preparation now. Okay, now the time left is very little, so it will be a difficult task for them to now go through the standard textbook and cover the syllabus and then also solve the previous year questions, so it will be a tedious
Yeah.
task, right? So is
Yeah.
it okay if we don't refer to the standard books also?
Yeah, it's completely fine because standard books are recommended but are not mandatory. I
Okay.
mean, it depends on the preparation time that whether you can refer to those books or not. Like
Hmm.
as I said that I started in the month of August, so
Hmm.
I had only 6 months of preparation.
Hmm.
So I did not refer to any book. Okay,
Okay.
but at some times when I have time or I get stuck in some topic, then
Hmm.
I used to look that particular topic in that book only,
Hmm. Hmm.
instead of going by the whole subject of the book, I mean whole chapter of the book, and
Hmm.
then solving all the questions. So this can be possible if you have 1 or 2 years of preparation. I mean, if
Okay.
someone starting in second year or third year,
Hmm.
then he should surely go for the standard books, because some concepts will be covered only in the standard books which you can't get anywhere.
Okay.
So but I will say that it depends on your time,
Hmm.
that even if you don't have time, it's okay.
Hmm.
You can rely on Geeks for Geeks. And one thing which I feel is very important is to stick to the syllabus.
Okay.
I mean, first, before starting any subject, you should have a list of all the topics
Hmm.
which are in the syllabus. Because sometimes what happened that we find some subject interesting
Hmm.
and we go in deep. So
Hmm.
that will eat up our time, which is not
Okay.
required.
Hmm.
Okay, so we end up studying topics which are not that much important or not completely important.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Uh, can can a student skip some subjects, and will they be able to still secure a good rank in GATE?
Mm, I will not advise anyone to skip any subject
Hmm.
because sometimes actually the weightage is not fixed in the gate. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
there is general tendency that algorithm will cover 15 to 20%, and there
Hmm.
are some subjects like DC or TOC that might not cover that much of weightage,
Hmm.
but it's just a tentative mm, approximation. It's
Ah.
not fixed. Sometimes it can happen that you skip one subject or one topic even,
Hmm.
and there are three questions from that subject and all three are from the same topic.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
anything can happen. So it might feel, at that time it might feel very bad that I
Hmm.
have left on with this topic and all the questions are from this only.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Because as the pattern is not fixed, sometimes the
Yeah.
subjects which you leave, you may get easier questions from those subjects, and which
Yeah.
subjects you have
That
prepared,
also.
you might get the difficult questions. Then it will be
Yeah.
difficult for the student to handle, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, understood. So would you like to give some tips for the future aspirants of GATE?
I would say that mm, you have to, I mean, solve as much test series as possible. Okay. And more than solving the test series, like I said, that analyzing the test series is more important.
Right.
And other than this, even if we don't have whole knowledge of a subject, if you solve the previous year questions of that subject, it will automatically improve your knowledge.
Hmm.
And don't solve the questions for just the sake of solving questions. Like someone said that we have to solve questions, so only for that we are solving question.
Hmm. Hmm.
For each question you solved, you should think that what concept it used, and
Hmm.
what is the new things which we are learning by this question. So
Right.
if you go by this way, your knowledge will start to increase automatically.
Okay. Okay, Shivam. So currently you're studying in IIT Kanpur, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you receive offers from other IITs also?
Yeah, I received offer from IIT Roorkee also.
Hmm.
Okay, and from IIT Delhi, I did not receive offer.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Okay.
only IIT Roorkee I received offer.
Huh, huh. So why did you choose IIT Kanpur, and why didn't you choose IIT Roorkee?
Actually, IIT Kanpur is one of the old IITs. I mean,
Hmm.
very Roorkee is also old, but
Hmm.
IIT Kanpur is the college which I wanted to go during my BTech also.
Okay. Okay.
So at that time, I did not get the chance, but now I had the chance. So
Hmm.
I just picked the IIT Kanpur.
Okay. Okay, Shiva. So would you like to share anything else?
Mm, yeah, other than this, I will say that you just, I mean, be faithful to be faithful in your journey.
Hmm.
There might be the moments when you feel that nothing is falling in place, but
Okay.
just keep going. If
Hmm.
you keep going, things will automatically start happening.
Hmm.
I mean, that might be the case that you think that you have prepared a lot and you give a simple test series, and on that day your marks came out to be low.
Hmm.
So don't get demotivated during your preparation and
Hmm.
just keep going. You will reach there.
Yeah, because some students, what they do is they feel demotivated in the middle of their preparation and they just drop off their preparation, thinking that, okay, this is not my cup of tea. I won't be able to do this. So it is better to keep that preparation ahead and try whatever is possible with it,
Yeah.
right? Okay, okay,
Yes.
Shivam. It was nice talking to you. I think students who had some doubts regarding their gate preparation will be solved watching this video. So thank you
Yeah.
for your
Thanks,
time
Srishti.
and thank you for accepting the invitation.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Srishti.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.